Hello. How is everyone? Happy Tuesday, guys. Come and say hello. Don't be shy. Hey, be the first. Excellent. How are you? Is it Tuesday there? Are you on Tuesday? Are you Brisbane time? I think you are, aren't you? Were you Gold Coast? Thanks for being the first. Happy Tuesday. How is my diet? Yeah, well, this is day 2, so so far so good. Oh, I hate that word diet, hey? As soon as you mention diet, like I fall off of the wagon. But yeah, so far so good. Day 2. I think I've got 64 days to Vegas, and I decided, yeah, I need to really step up a gear and do something serious. Otherwise, I'll come back from Vegas 100 kilos or 90 something kilos. So yeah, it is going slowly. Yeah, I know. And like I'm doing OMAD, but I'm having a coffee in the morning whenever I feel like the coffee. So technically a dirty fast, because I feel that it's not really what I eat, is how much I eat, and I just can't stop. And especially when I start at night. But I follow this guy called well, he doesn't really do many videos, but he's called OMAD Revolution. His channel is. But he's really insightful about OMAD, and I've tried before in the past, and I can't get past like literally the first week. It's just too hard. But he does say the first 2 weeks are the hardest, and then after that, well, I don't think it's ever easy, is it? But I suppose your body gets used to eating less. But day 2 so far so good. Ask me that next week, I might be up the wall and going, oh my God. But yeah, I'm being accountable, and I got on the scales and I weighed myself, and I did before pictures and all that jazz. So I am going to plan to do like a vlog of 8 weeks or however many weeks I'm doing. I basically will pull it all in one video and pull it out there. And if it doesn't get uploaded, then it means I failed. Well, funny enough, I am on Mounjaro, so that's pretty much the sister of Ozempic. Mounjaro is kind of a slightly different, but pretty much same. So cost a fortune, but it does help with the food noise. But I've kind of been abusing it lately and taking a really low dose just to get me by where I can still feel like eating. But yeah, I'm probably really cheating then on Mounjaro, but I've been on it since the end of December. But I haven't really been upping my dose because of the feeling. Like it does make you feel that. But this time round, I don't know whether I'm in a better headspace. Whilst I don't feel like eating, I'm not feeling the sickness. So fingers crossed. But it's not cheap. I think my pen is around $530 for 2 months. But I am on, I'm not on a massive amount. I think the more you take, obviously the more expensive it gets. But my husband's been on it since the end of December, and he's lost way much more weight. I haven't gained weight in the last few months, but I haven't lost any. Whereas he has lost 15 kilos. But he stopped drinking alcohol, which I think helps. Whereas I don't really drink alcohol. I mean, I like a ginger beer now and again, but that's the only thing I can handle. Otherwise, I get really sick. Like, I just can't drink wine anymore. It just gives me anxiety, heart, blood, like racing heart. It's just terrible. I just can't drink alcohol. Whereas ginger beer, for some reason, doesn't affect me. It's like drinking, I don't know, a soft drink. But how's your day? How's your week going? Hope everyone is having a good Tuesday afternoon. I'm kind of glad that we get over the Tuesday hump and then we're on to Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday couldn't come quick enough. Friday can't come quick enough. But yeah, I'm on Mounjaro, which is pretty similar to Ozempic, but I've heard the side effects aren't as bad on Mounjaro. But I've never been on Ozempic, so I couldn't tell you. But come and say hello if you're out there. Come and have a chat. Has anyone been doing gig work this week? Does anyone do gig work? How have you found this week? Now it's getting into winter. Like, are you finding it like busier? Because I have not. I mean, the time I'm on is I'm only on for a few hours. So it's not as busy. Still, I thought it would get busier. But it hasn't really, so I'm surprised. Good afternoon. How are you, Rune? Is that how you pronounce it? Apologies if I got that wrong. But hello and welcome. Hope you're doing well on this Tuesday afternoon, wherever you are. It is just gone 5 o'clock here in Brisbane, and yeah, doing a live, and we'll probably be here for about an hour or so if people are going to stick around. Tuesday nights have been quite busy lately. The last couple of Tuesdays I've done. I think we went for 2.5 hours last Tuesday. I couldn't believe it. Had loads of people on chatting. But yeah, come and say hello if you're there. I won't bite, I promise. And if you haven't, check out the Facebook. I keep harping on about it. So check that out. We will, I will be running comps. Where can we follow your fitness journey? On here. I'm going to put it on here. Oh, Facebook too. I might put some stuff on Facebook too. But yeah, go to Dash with Nick on Facebook too. But obviously, dashing is my main content. So I'm going to still be doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos and the 2 lives a week. But I am going to be putting some weight loss content. But like I said, if I put out weekly weight loss content, I'll give up. So I want to do it as 8 weeks or 6 weeks. That's what my plan was, because I know what I'm like. I do week 1, I'm great. Week 2, yeah, I'm semi-good. Week 3, I stopped doing content. So I guess that's where I'm heading with this. At least if I do one big video with like a month's worth or 2 months worth in one, then, then that's where I'm going with that. So please bear with me. So it's going to be a while of uploading, because weight loss doesn't happen overnight, right? But I know so many people on here do follow my weight loss content, and I am mindful of that they're on here supporting me to try and lose weight. But I guess I haven't been in the right headspace to do a lot of like vlogging or talking about my weight loss, because I'm just like, I haven't been dieting. I haven't really been caring. So yeah, I just thought, well, this way I'm still recording it, but you won't get to see it. And you'll see my progress, I guess, if you're watching my dashing content. And I get it, if you're here for my weight loss content, you might not want to watch my dashing content. But the dashing content is the main focus of the channel. But yeah, I will throw in the weight loss stuff, and I will put stuff on Facebook and, give a bit of update. Hey, Dylan, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Are you on Tuesday? Or are you elsewhere? Are you in Australia? Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. But I definitely do. I do want to put my weight loss content on here. I'm just worried about doing weekly vlogs. I mean, I could do weekly vlogs and put it out there each week. I'm just worried that I'll do 1 week and then I'll just do the second week, and then I'll be like, you know what, I just can't diet anymore. And then people will be waiting for the 3rd or 4th week, and I've got nothing to say. Whereas at least if I pre-record this and put it as one video, I don't have to release it if I haven't done it. I know that sounds like a coward way of talking. But yeah, that was my method behind the madness, if you understand where I'm going with that. But yeah, that's what I was thinking anyway. But I suppose I could put it out here in oh, is it? Is it Tuesday early in the morning though? Because it's Tuesday afternoon here. But welcome. Is that Kentucky? Is that Kentucky, KY? Yeah, I do understand that, but I thought OMAD would work better with me only because you can still pretty much eat pretty reasonable within, you know what I mean? And I hate tracking calories. It really does screw with me, and I don't know, something about it that I've got MyFitnessPal and I get it, and calories in, calories out is what's going to work. But I just thought if I do one meal a day, I don't have to track calories. So that was why. But well done for the 14 kilos loss. Well done. I think I've lost 3 kilos this year so far, but I haven't lost any. It's 3:11 a.m. Wow, what are you doing up so early? Do you work nights, or I suppose not everyone sleeps at night? Do you have a dog that gets you up in the night? Because that's generally what happens to me. My dogs, my cat, crazy. I hate it. But welcome all the way from Kentucky. You're not tired. Oh no. That's no good. Although, are you going to be really sleepy this afternoon? Your time? That's what I find. If I'm awake really early, then I can't keep awake at lunchtime, especially if I eat. Thank you. Yeah, 3 kilos. I mean, like I said, it's the Mounjaro. I couldn't have done that. I'm a food addict. I love food. Like, Mounjaro just numbs the food. It just takes away the food noise. So it's been great. And when I eat, I can't eat as much, but I still find I force myself, and I've been on a lower dose that allows me to do that. So now, so tonight is why, from yesterday is why I decided, okay, OMAD and Mounjaro together. But stick around. I will be putting that video out, and were you following me from my days of weight loss then, Funny Cats? Was that when you started following me from weight loss days? I understand you might not be interested in my DoorDash and Uber Eats, and that was the risk I took when I changed my niche. Oh wow! So you investigate the paranormal and work nights tonight. Oh wow, that is crazy. Does that not scare you? I suppose it wouldn't if you. Is that what your channel is? That's one thing that scares me. I've never seen a ghost, right? But it does scare me. Like, it just creeps me out. Where we used to live in UK, when I went to university, we lived in a really old house. There was 10 of us, 10 students in the house. And like my other colleagues, or I guess flatmates, they reckon they saw a lot of stuff going on in that house. I didn't see it. But yeah, the stories they would tell me, and luckily they told me after I moved out of that house, because I would have been freaked out. But where I was staying was in the newer part. So whether that was, I don't know if it was a newer part. But yeah. Oh, well done. Do you see stuff? Because I've watched a few of those on Facebook, like those ghost hunter videos, and they have that box, and it all like goes a bit crazy and stuff, but they never actually show anything. You can't see anything. That black box or whatever it is has got things going on. You stop chasing Uber Eats, too much stress waiting around, just sticking to the good paying jobs now. Yeah, someone else mentioned that. I don't know if that was you. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know that, because I was chasing an Uber Eats quest the other day, and it was in a zone and we weren't getting them. And I gave up in the end. But someone mentioned the same thing. Stop chasing them. Just decline and go for the good paid jobs, and it'll be worth it in the long run. You'll make just as much money doing that. There's obviously there's always quests on at the moment, Monday to Thursday, and I just haven't bothered because they put you in a zone, and if I make it, I make it. I'm not too bothered. I just go where the money is. And DoorDash has been a bit slow this week so far. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Wow, so you're only 29 and you've been doing this since 2009. Wow, you must have been doing this since you were like, wow, a teenager. Wow, that's crazy. I can't work out the age you started. My brain is on, we're on Tuesday afternoon here in Australia. So, but Funny Cats, did you start following me from my weight loss content? Was that when you first started following me? Is that how you found me? Or did you find me through the Uber stuff? Yeah, 100% add stress to your shift. I think sometimes they're worth doing if there's no kind of restrictions. Like, for example, if it's, you just got to pick up, like, for example, in Brisbane, you just got to pick up 15 jobs between a certain time, then that's not so bad. But if they are restricting you to a certain area, like there's one on at the moment, there's, there's one running at the moment, and it's like I'm in a zone that I really don't want to deliver in, to be honest with you. What's your average amount for DoorDash? Oh, DoorDash is pretty, like, then I say that, then a couple of jobs lately this week have been DoorDash jobs. I don't know. This week, well, I got paid yesterday for my DoorDash, and I think I got $113. And Uber was $400. So it's normally like Uber is the one that I make my money on. But I do this part-time. I literally have a full-time job Monday to Friday. I go out in the mornings for about 2.5, 3 hours tops. And then I do that Monday to Friday, and we go out Friday nights when my husband's home because he's a truck driver and he's never home until Friday night. And then that's when we do it. I guess I do about 15 hours a week of gig work, sometimes 20, but it's all going towards the Vegas trip. So every time I get paid on a Monday/Tuesday, I change it to US dollars. That's what I've been doing for the past 10 weeks or so. So I think at the moment we've got $500 US a day in Vegas, but we've already paid for car, accommodation, flights. So all we need is spending money. But I'm hoping to get that up to about $1,000 US a day before we go in July. So per day, I don't know. Like today, I didn't even do DoorDash. Today. I had it on, but it didn't send me any jobs. And by the time Uber gave me a job, I paused DoorDash, and then I go back to DoorDash, and then it doesn't give me anything. Uber gives me another job. Normally with Uber, though, you find once you get one job, it starts giving you more. As you're dropping off, you'll get another Uber job. So you started me for Uber Eats stuff. Oh, that's okay then. So you're not here for the weight loss. But yeah, I will be putting the weight loss stuff on here. It's just I don't want to put too much weight loss stuff on here. And that's where it's going to go anyway. But it's just the fact that, I don't know, there's only so much I can talk about weight loss. And that's why I changed my niche. Because originally I've had this channel 5 years and it was all about weight loss. But the last 3 years, I've not done anything for YouTube because I just got bored. I might pull out the odd video, I'd go on a diet, then I'd come off the diet, then I'd go off the diet. So I decided this time around, none of that. I'm going to do it behind the scenes, sort of. Obviously, I've told people now, and then put out, a video, see how big the video gets, see how well I go. And I don't have to release it if I don't do well. So, yeah, you average 50 to 100 US dollars a day. Wow. And how much is this gig work for you, Dylan, or is this like a full-time job? Like what else do you do? I know you do your paranormal, but do you have a full-time job, or is this just something you do in your spare time? Sorry. Also, if a restaurant says 10-minute wait, cancel and move on. Yeah. But the problem is they normally say 5 minutes, and then you've waited 5 minutes, and then you wait another 5 minutes, and then they say, oh, 5 more minutes. It's like you've already waited so long. So it's kind of almost like you might as well stay because you've waited so much time. But I do get that. But yeah, go with your gut for sure and move on. But yeah, that is so annoying. But isn't it such a relief when the order's already waiting there? Like how good is that? And I've had that happen quite a bit in the last few, I would say, week or two. And I almost get so annoyed now if I do have to wait. Do you sit in an area and wait for the jobs to come in, or do you just drive around? Because my husband likes to drive around, but I think that's wasting kilometers. I just like to stay put somewhere. But he reckons that he can't just sit still in the car and wait for a job. So we end up driving around. But yeah, okay. Yeah, and you shouldn't have to wait more than 5 minutes. Like the places like McDonald's and that, they've got worse. Oh, you're going to New York? Oh, that was another place I really want to go to. But the gambler in me chose Vegas. Hey, Jose, how are you? Good to see you. You didn't win the comp. Maybe next time, hey? How's your week going? You having a good week? You average 3 to 4 hours to make $50 to $100, and I work full-time job on the airplanes, then weekends, and sometimes weekends. So you've got a lot going on then. So you've got your paranormal channel. You do, and I like to at least make $50 a day. I guess that's what I really want to make. My full-time job is pretty crazy, but I almost feel like YouTube's a kind of a job too, because editing videos is not easy. Well, it's not hard, but it takes a lot of time. The editing is not the filming. The editing takes forever. Oh, you sit in an area. Come on, let me change over. It's all the sorry, it's gone off. I'll have to scroll up, see if it sit in an area for 15 minutes and no longer, and then move on. Yeah, I never really go to the hot spots either because I'm like, they're just full of other people waiting. So what's the point? I wait and sit, turn the car off and use a power bank. And if the order's good, I get order done. Oh, wow. I never turn my car off though because I either get hot or cold. As soon as I do that, then I get a job. That's really sod's law, isn't it? I'm going to play all sorts of machines, Dylan. You have so many more machines in the US than what we have in Australia. I just can't wait, which is crazy because the main Dragon Link is actually Aristocrat is actually an Australian brand. Go figure, hey? But we have less games. We don't have the new, I don't know what they're called. They're like the Dragon Links. We don't have them. I'm so excited. I also have a slot channel, NK Slots Australia. So if you like slot channels, check that out. I'll put that down here. That's my second channel, but I don't do that alone. I do that with a really good friend of mine. But yeah, slot channels are so much more easy to edit. But everyone, oh, I know. Maybe next time you can win the comp. I'll try and do more comps, although you know what happened this time around? I ran the comp and I did one for my Dash with Nick and one for the NK slots. And no joke, and it was our own fault because as a page, you can't contact the winner directly. You're not allowed to. So we put it on the Facebook announcement, like so-and-so, please contact us. This is our email address. And for both channels, we nearly got scammed. I nearly gave the wrong money. to the wrong person. And it wasn't until it didn't sound like the person it was supposed to be. And then the next thing I know, I get another person saying, well, for the one, it was called Stacey Sargent. And she says, no, I'm Stacey. And I said, but I had someone else message me saying, anyway, found out who the real Stacey was. The real Stacey stood up. Anyway, and this happened to the NK Slots one too. There was about 3 people trying to pretend to be the person that won the gift card. They wanted the gift card. Oh, and I think in future, what I'll have to do is contact the person that wins via my own Facebook page rather than via obviously my own personal, like my own Facebook rather than the Dash with Nick or the NK Slots. So it was really stressful on Saturday. I nearly gave money away to these scammers, easy. The only reason I was driving at the time and I was too busy, normally I would have just sent it straight away. They just sent me their email address. But then these other people's came out and I was like, well, which one's the real one? It was so stressful. Nearly tax time. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm dreading that. I try and save some money aside because obviously it's just annoying that, you're going to get hammered. And I do all the right things too and do all my kilometers and stuff like that. But the tax man, I'm going to end up owing money. Hopefully I'll win some money in Vegas that I can, although you have to pay tax over there for winnings. It's just stupid. Can't say I'm looking forward to tax time, Jose. I'm really stressing about it. And even though I've done everything right and I'm crossing my T's, dotting my I's, it's just, I hate owing money. YouTube is a job, takes 8 hours to roughly edit. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I don't know if mine takes me that long. I normally, if I go out in the morning and do 2 or 3 hours, it'll probably take a good 2 hours to edit. I have got quicker over the months, the weeks. But saying that, I've just put together a video of Monday to Sunday as one big video. And I obviously did so much editing on that and I did it daily, which helps. Slot channels are so much easy to edit because you put up the play and you just have to literally, there's not much editing needed. So it is a lot easier. You don't have to do music. You don't have to, and the slots, the pokies does the talking, you know what I mean? It's well, that is doing the job for you, so you don't have to do any. Yeah, definitely. It's like a business, isn't it? Have you monetized from YouTube? I still haven't, only because it's my own fault. Because when I changed my niche, I lost a load of subscribers and also I hadn't put any content out for about, I was doing a little bit, but nothing much. And I deleted all my videos, my old content, because I was like, oh, I don't want my old content on there. I want to start afresh. So I deleted all the content, but I didn't have that many hours viewed anyway. And at the moment I'm at, I think, about 500 hours away from the 3,000 goal. And then obviously 1,500 hours away from the 4,000. I've got the subscribers now, just not I'll have to check your channel out after this. Is it just called Ghost Hunter? The Frankenstein one. Yeah, that looks fun. We have a version of that over here, but it's the older version and it's very old school and the graphics aren't that great, but I have seen, because we watch so many US slot channels. My husband and I, we're pretty sad, really. We just watch slot channels and, it's like, oh yeah, we'll watch some slot channels. Makes you want to go and play more slots. But we watch quite a bit and the games look really good. There's so many out there. Oh yeah, it's alive. And the Frankenstein then gives good bonuses, doesn't it? I love it. Yeah, so my slot channel is called NK Slots Australia. I think we're only new. We only started in late October and early November. So we've got quite a few videos now. And we've just got permission to film at our local venue, which is good because we spent ages trying to get approvals. So the most you've ever won is $454. I probably, if you think about it in Australian money, though, that's probably the most I've ever won, because I've won a couple of majors around $600. Actually, no, tell a lie. We won $1,000. We got the maxi on one machine, and that was $1,000. That was an epic time. We were on our last $20, I would like to say, and for somehow someone was looking after us that night, and we got $1,000 and walked away. I've won a couple of majors around $500-600. But in terms of transferring US dollars to Australian, it's probably roughly about what. But you do see people. I think the more you bet, the better you win, don't you? And I guess it depends how much money you've got to lose to try to go for the bigger numbers. Like to get a hand pay, you really have to be betting quite. Fortune Gong, which one's that? I don't like the Chinese versions of the slots, to be honest with you. Is that one of the Chinese versions? Do I go to the gym? No, I don't. I really must admit, as soon as I've joined gyms and I give up. I have done that, and then I got tennis elbow from going to the gym, and I gave up. And I'm like, you know what? I did a lot of walking, but then I started doing the gig work in the morning. And now I do that. I don't have time. I do a lot of pacing around the house, and I get my steps up. I do about 10,000 steps a day, but I don't go to the gym. Like eventually, maybe when I get to my goal weight, I guess my idea is to tone. But it's just like, we've got a home gym as well, and I still don't use that. I've got one of those got a treadmill, I've got a Stairmaster. My husband's got like a weights gym. We've got dumbbells. We've got the lot, but no, I haven't got a hand pay. But so in Australia, we don't pay taxes on any winnings. So even if we got $5,000, we don't pay tax. So that's the answer to your question. I have never had a hand pay, but we don't call them hand pays in Australia. We just call it winnings. But a hand pay over there is when you've got to give the government 30%, right? Although you don't really want it. You really want to win about $1,100 over there. That's my goal in Vegas. Win $1,100 and then not have to pay tax on it, because I'm still going to have to pay tax over there, which is rubbish. Seems, you've got taxed on your money. You get taxed on your money from working. Like I've got a full-time job and this gig work. I'm going to be taxed crazy amounts for earning this extra money. Then go to Vegas, put my hard-earned money in there that I've already paid taxes on, and then if I win $1,200, I'm going to pay 30% tax on it. Like, where's the logic in that? And I think that's why in America you can win more money, because they do tax you on it, whereas over here they don't. I wish I had secrets in winning hand plays. I can't even. Like, I've got no secrets. I watch a lot of slot channels. One of them's called Jackpot Famous. If you ever get a chance, check him out. He's pretty good. Like, he's a low bettor, but he always wins majors. He's very good at, like, especially with the Dragon Links. So check him out, Jackpot Famous. We also watch like Ruby Slots. She's also got Ruby Travel, and she does a lot of the Vegas stuff. But I have no advice. I'm probably not the most lucky person, to be honest with you, when it comes to slot plays. I think the longer you're on the machine, the better odds you have, and obviously if you're betting smaller, you've got more chance of hitting that major, because your money's going further, if you know what I mean, because you only need a bonus. And even if you're not betting that high, all you need is, I've seen people win majors on 50-cent 50-cent bets, 1 cent, or you call it pennies. You'll keep your fingers crossed for me, Jose. Oh, yeah. We're going to, so I need this win. So I'm going to have to come back and with my tail between my legs. I'm really not looking forward to it. Even though we have lots of kilometers, lots of expenses, the government surely should take that into account, right? all those Ks you do, all the wear and tear. Like, I'm getting my car service every 3 months. I'm getting brand new tires on my car in 2 or 3 weeks. That's $1,300. So how can we end up owing money? That's just really dumb. Like, I think, yeah, you might owe a little bit, but really, if you've got all these expenses, I'm just going to claim everything. I really am. Phone chargers, phone holders for the car, like those kind of things. My internet, because I work at home, you get a daily allowance for working at home. The kilometers is going to be the biggest thing. The devalue of your car, like, surely that helps. Like, I bought cameras. I wonder if I can claim them. I know YouTube isn't paying me money yet, so I can't really use YouTube. Yeah, the perfect song. I use for my songs, I use for my music, I use Upbeat. They're pretty cool. They're really cheap. I think it's $160 a year. See, that's another expense. This StreamYard cost me, I think it's 70 Aussie dollars a month, because obviously I'm doing 2 lives. I'm trying to get my view time up, and the only way I can get my view time up to get to monetize, I think, is going to be the lives. That's going to help push the hours up. Yeah, my normal videos will help, but I think the lives are going to be a game changer for getting. That's why I decided to do 2. I think that, and obviously, if anyone can put my vlogs, my playlists, it's called vlogs. There's like nearly 90 videos, like, on their background of their TV or computer one day, and not silent it, because I've heard YouTube doesn't what do you call it? It doesn't count it if it's on silent, but if they put it on, like, just enough where it's playing, because that will help my view time up. I've got a couple of friends doing that for me, and it helps. If everyone on my channel watched, like, one of my vlogs, I'd easily monetize probably overnight. But of course, there's a lot of people out there not watching the content, which is hard when you've got like 1,200 subscribers plus and no one watches it. But yeah, I did look at the other platforms for music, and they were just so expensive. I'm over the whole Uber thing at the moment. I always watch your videos and make. Oh, well, funny you should say that. Funny Cat Vid was just saying the same thing. Over chasing quests, over it. Just wait for the good jobs to come in. I think I remember you saying that, actually, about the traffic. The traffic, because I normally go out I go out about 6 a.m. and I come home around 8:30 before I start my job. And the traffic between 7:30 and 8:30 is just a nightmare because of schools. But yeah, we do Friday nights too. That's really busy around like 5, 6 o'clock. Everyone coming home from work, or that can be a killer. But it gets you motivated again. So, when's the last time you went out and did some gig work, Jose? I'm trying to scroll down. Like, you guys are being too quick for me, and thank you. I'll get there eventually. Oh, thank you. Say a prayer for me. Dylan Ghost Hunter. All right, I'll check you out after this. Although that's the kind of content I definitely can't watch before bed. Animal. Do you ever see Animal, guys? Oh my God, that sounds crazy. Red Bix and Funny Cats. Do trees have ghosts? No. Well, they're kind of alive, but they're not, are they, really? It's like, I'm a plant-based eater, and everyone gives me that shit, like, about, oh, but plants are alive, they have feelings. But I don't think it's the same. Definitely a no there. Dylan says no. So you think, so when a tree dies, it doesn't release a ghost because it doesn't have a soul. They don't have souls. God, we're getting really deep now, aren't we? I guess it depends what you believe. Like some people believe in the afterlife. Some people think, don't believe in ghosts. And I think it depends on what you see. Like seeing's believing, right? Or believing seeing, or whatever they say. I've never seen a ghost. My father, that is no longer alive, unfortunately, he died probably 16, 17 years ago now, but he used to be a butcher in the UK, had his own shop. And whenever he used to work nights, he said he used to speak to an old farmer that was a ghost. And he tells us these stories. He was a really good storyteller, my dad. But anyway, and they used to have this, there used to be this myth in the area. He used to live in a little village in England. And the myth was that a horse and cart back in the old days crashed into this pit, and they called it Sprat's Pit. And my dad, after he became a butcher, he owned his own chauffeur company, like taxi company, where he would pick Americans up mainly. He's actually driven some famous people around, like the UK. One of them being Robbie Williams, the singer. Anyway, he would always take them to this Sprat Pit and tell them the story at night. And he says he was on his bike one day when he was a butcher, and he was only like 14 or 15, his first job, and it was night. He was riding his push bike home, and he swears that he saw a shaped body, like something in the middle of where this Sprat's Pit was. And the myth of the legend was that this Sprat's Pit, there was it was like a 2-horse and a car and a few people in the cart that died. Anyway, he swears he saw something, and he would take us there sometimes at night, and he'd take all these American tourists there and all these British tourists and tell them the story about Sprat's Pit. But my dad had seen ghosts, but I hadn't. But I don't know whether maybe if you believe it, you'll see it, but if you don't, then you're not going to see it. But yeah, that my dad would always tell ghost stories. But no, we're actually staying. We're staying on the Strip. So the Pepper Mill, I think, is outside the Strip. We are staying in. Well, we just changed our location. We were staying at the Fontainebleau, but they wouldn't let me record for our slot channel. They said no. They were really funny about it. So we basically said, screw you, because obviously the more you spend in the casino, you get back on paying your hotel bill. So we asked a few hotels, and we're staying at the Resorts World. And they've got 3 hotels. It's run by the Hilton Group, but the one we're staying at is called the Crawfords, and it's like apparently it's really nice there. So, but we're going to be going to all the casinos, and there's a few off strip that we'll probably go to too, because why not, hey? Like, we don't have to just stay on the Strip. And the Strip makes me a bit nervous anyway, because like there's so many people. I'm not really great with crowds. I like my own space. So it's going to be really interesting to see how I go. Do you get money back on the money you use? It should be, shouldn't it, really? It should be a forgiven. Like, you lose money, you get your money back. If you're going to pay tax on your winnings, why not get extra money back on the loss? No, the government will see you coming, unfortunately. They don't miss a trick. You've heard all the slot YouTubers. You love slot. We call them pokies over here. I don't know why. Does anyone know that? I'm not sure. But once I first came to Australia to live, we don't call them slots. We call them pokies. I don't know why we call them pokies. There must be a reason behind it. Maybe it's an Aussie version. I can't remember who we're hiring our car out, but we've already hired our car. We're actually hiring a Porsche too. My husband's got this dream that he wants to hire a Porsche, and we're driving to the Grand Canyon. So that's what we're doing. We've hired a Porsche for the day. But that isn't through a rental company. That's through one of those private companies. I can't think of the name. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to try and vlog as much as I can over there. Probably won't edit it straight away, but yeah, especially I'm going to have so many slot videos of all the different slots, all the different pokers I can play. I can't wait. I've had no copyright issues with Upbeat because when you join, you just put your YouTube channels, and I've never had an issue. And I always copy whenever I download a music, I copy it and paste it to my description. And no, I should do. I do have the extra phone to do that now because I was worried about doing it. Like, got my DoorDash and Uber on one phone. So how would I then also stream it? Because my GoPro heats up after 30 minutes. And yeah, and the GoPro, like, it just heats up, and it's just annoying to do lives with a GoPro. So I did get a spare phone, my son's old phone, but I don't want to do it on my own because I don't want to be concentrating. It's bad enough. Like, I nearly was in a car crash today, actually. Luckily, it was okay. It was my fault. Like, stupid. Like, just, yeah, it was a bad turning. But yeah, like, that would be good if I could do that. But I really want my husband to do the driving while I do that. And then that way I don't have to focus, because a lot of YouTubers do live, but I don't want it to overtake the edited versions, because I think they're a lot better than lives, because there's a lot of nothing in lives. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels that just focus on doing lives. That's so funny. I may see Raja. Is that how you say his name? He's pretty big, right? There's also like the Lady Lux. There's like, it'd be interesting to see if I do see anyone famous. We watched the Vegas Low Roller. He's pretty cool. He's really funny. But I'd be interested to see them. Say hello. I mean, they all started somewhere, didn't they? But yeah, we call slots pokies. You own an Alfa Romeo. Porsche's, yeah, my husband's got an idea that he's going to get a Porsche one day. I'm like, yeah, okay, right. Dream on. I mean, it's good to have dreams, right? But he keeps going about importing one from the UK because they're cheaper over there. And I'm like, okay, well, you're never home. He's away Monday to Friday. He drives a truck interstate. So I had a GoPro, but heats up too. Didn't last long. It gave out completely. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't just me, because like I thought it was just being in Australia because of the heat. But apparently it's just because they're not designed to go for long. It's supposed to be little. Even when I do, like, if I'm going into a restaurant and I've got the camera in the car and I film myself coming in and out and it's been gone a couple of minutes, sometimes it shuts down then. Get a pocket GoPro that clips into pocket. Live streams while on trips would be unique and engaging. Yeah, or I could just use my iPhone and do it that way. I would like to do it. I'm pretty scared, I must admit, when it's something new, and it's like, I mean, never in a million years would I think I'd have a DoorDashing and Uber Eats channel. Like, we just joked when we started this back in November, just gone, oh, we should vlog this shit. And my husband was like, oh, we should. And I joked about it. And because I already had a YouTube channel, I thought, well, I'll just change. Because I was like thinking about my own YouTube channel, because I used to be Nick Gets Fit. That used to be the old channel's name. And I was like, but I don't want to lose 800 subscribers, because at the time I had 800 subscribers. And so the idea was, okay, well, I'll start vlogging. And I never thought I'd do this. And DJI came out with the Osmo, similar to the GoPro. Is that like to do lives on? Because I do have a Insta360 Pro 2, and that's more for night footage because it's a lot better quality for nights, because the GoPro is rubbish at night. I'm sure you could probably change the setting. But I've got so many cameras. I've even got a Canon that I've never used, and it was like $900. I waste so much money, eh? But yeah, I do want to try and do a live. Maybe I should aim for this weekend rather than vlog and edit one of my videos. I should just do a live. Maybe Sundays would be best because I could get my husband to go out driving and I do the vlogging. Oh yeah, the big jackpot. I do follow him on Facebook. He's just got 100,000, or no, he's just 1 million Facebook followers. You know how hard it is to get Facebook followers? I don't know how he does. Honestly, you think YouTube's hard? Facebook followers are the worst. Not the worst, but the hardest to get. I guess not. Maybe people just, yeah, I don't know. You have to like obviously get the right people to view it, because we spoke to someone and he's got like a Facebook page of 30,000 people, and he says start giving giveaways away and that will get people to your Facebook. But we got a few people, like, don't get me wrong, but some scammers too. So you don't know who's your real supporters or just fake profiles. I don't even think I know who the real Berserk is. He the crazy guy? Is he the one that always looks drugged up? Am I on the right thing then? Is he like always seems drugged up and he does like a lot of table games? Is that the right guy? I don't know, because like we put him on a few times and I was like, this guy is high on something. I mean, some of his videos were pretty interesting, the way he'd go and play like I think poker or something like that, and he would take in quite a lot of money and come out a lot richer for $400. You better, yeah, you would really. I think over here it was like 700 Australian, which is probably about the same. I got the Hero 13. And it came as a package. I think I got an extra couple of batteries, but I only ever used one, so I probably didn't need to spend that much. And my Insta360 Pro 2, because I follow London Eats. He's another YouTuber that does a lot of nighttime. He does it on his electric motor scooter, and he uses the Insta360 for nights. Rumble is good for getting new followers and for going live. Is that for Facebook, do you think? Or is that just for Rumble? It's so confusing to know so much, everyone. And I really don't want to go on too many platforms, because that's just, and I wish this would be streamed to Facebook, but I can't stream this to Facebook. It comes up with like StreamYard says, oh, Facebook doesn't allow it. And I don't know whether it's just because my Facebook numbers are really okay, well, it's not the same guy then that I know, so I will definitely go check him out. But does he win? That's a bit like Jackpot Famous. He'll only put a little bit in and he does low bets, but he always somehow manages to get the majors. And he says, like, it's not about how much you spend, it's how long you can play for. And the longer you can play for, the more chance of winning. And we have tested his theory out and it does actually work, but we don't always do that. So, and his theory is like you do 3 spins on different denoms, and if you don't get any good line hits, or at least half of your money back, or you're not seeing orbs, or you're not seeing, sort of line hits, then you change denom, or you go up in, amount. But he doesn't bet very much, and he's always like, so many times does he get like majors and stuff like that, because he's just, if you stick on the same denom, the same amount, and it's not paying, you're just going to waste your money. So he flicks around, and he normally does it 3 strikes. If after the third one he hasn't got a line hit, or he hasn't got many orbs, he's not seeing the orbs, like the Dragon Link orbs, then he changes denomination and then does the same theory, and then he keeps. And the first time I tried his theory, I won quite a bit of money and I didn't have to spend much, but it does keep you in the game longer, and that's the whole idea. But a lot of people don't want to watch low bet pokey or slot play, because it is pretty, who's going to want to watch 50 cents spins, like no one. So we try and do I think we're on average, we do about $2.50 to $5 bets on our channel. We just started doing $20 Thursdays where we put $20 in 5 machines. And if we hit a bonus, we cash out. And then at the end, we go for it, doing higher bets. We just started doing that. That seems to be really, like, people seem to really enjoy that kind of content. Like, because at the end of it, if you get any bonuses, obviously some weeks you just don't even hit one bonus. $20 isn't a lot to get a bonus. Yeah. It ain't no hero. It heats up and should call it the Heat Pro 13. Not the hero. Yeah, definitely. The loser 13. Although I must admit, if I had a choice between my GoPro and my Insta360, give me the GoPro. It's so much easier to, like, I just like the way the buttons are. You just press the top when you're recording, press the top when you finish. I prefer it in the day. My GoPro is just no good for streaming, that's all. But it's great for doing these vlogs. It really is. So I do love my GoPro. Insta360, the Insta360, that's really good for nights. I find it harder to use. But I like the way the attachment is. It comes off like the GoPro chesty really easy, and you don't have to unscrew the thing. It's because I always wear like the GoPro chesty. He's had a few hand pays. Is he in Vegas? Does he play in Vegas? Or is he? There's not many. There are a few Australian slot pokey players on YouTube. Yeah, I got this thing called the eMeet. It's a because originally when I was doing my lives, I was just using my Mac. When I was doing my lives, I was just using my Mac camera, and I noticed the quality of the lives were crap. Like, they were really shit. Like, I mean, and someone came on last week and kind of interrupted the session, but one of his tips was you need a better camera. And I was like, well, I do have a GoPro and I do have an Insta360 for my main content. This is just my lives. And he said, oh, well, that's not a problem, just for lives. But then I did some research, and it's just a webcam. But it's pretty good quality. It's in like 4K, and I can close it if I want, if I don't want anyone to. Hopefully I can open it back now, yeah. I thought that was quite a cool feature. It was only like $80 off Amazon. Eventually, I want to get my own Amazon shop. I wonder how I go about doing that, where I can recommend products that I use that people can buy and I get a kickback. If anyone knows how to do that, I'd love you to email me. If you know, let me know and I'll send you my email. Because someone mentioned that on one of my lives a while ago. Because the idea is, okay, you get paid from ads eventually whenever I hit but what else can you do? How else can you generate money without people becoming memberships? And obviously, if you can refer the products you use and on Amazon, that was another option. I'm a true hustler. I tell you, I want to pay my mortgage off in 10 years. That's my goal. Really is. No joke. Been living in this house about a year now, and I'm nowhere near paying it off. But the whole idea, you know what started this DoorDash and Uber Eats? Well, one of my friends was doing it. The other NK slot, the K of the NK slot, Kelly, she was doing it with her husband, and they were saving up a bit of extra money for medical bills for their son. And I was like, the reason behind my reasoning with doing it originally was because I wanted, for our slot channel, I wanted extra money to spend on the pokies so I could film the content, and I wouldn't feel guilty about, I'm wasting all our money on, playing the pokies for for a slot channel. So that was the original idea behind it. I thought, you know what, if I can make a few $100s extra a week, I can then go film some content for the channel. And I don't feel guilty that I'm digging into, any of our funds. But then after a while, I was like, you know what, like we just booked Vegas. Oh, that would go towards Vegas. So yeah, that's how it ended up happening. Patreon is a good option. Sell exclusive Uber Eats tips. How do I sell Uber Eats tips though? Everyone knows, like, surely, like, because I spoke to this expert and he was great. He was like, well, he's a real strong believer in like digital marketing. Like, yeah, ads might pay you $500 a month if you get, enough people watching your content. But what can you also do? And he's like, write an ebook and give tips on your Uber, DoorDash. And I was like, who's gonna buy that? Like, surely everyone knows how to do that stuff. My main job is actually a recruiter. I guess I could do recruitment tips and tricks, interview tips and tricks. And I get a lot of commission for my main job. So I think that's another way I hustle too. But the market's been pretty flat lately, so it's not been that great to make money. Oh, and before I forget, I want to give Z a big shout out. She's in bed at the moment, but she always watches my repeats. She's in Florida, and I said I'd give her a shout out on this. She always turns up to lives. Like, honestly, like, it's just amazing that she does that. So I said on Saturday, she's normally on the Saturdays, but I'd give her a shout out. And she gave me loads of options that she researched for Vegas where I could eat, because I wanted somewhere where my husband and I could eat, because he's a meat eater, I'm not. But somewhere where we can go together, like a bit over here, like say I go to Grilled, my husband can have a beef burger and I can have a plant-based burger. So she did loads of research of different places. So I need to somehow like save that part that she messaged me. I think it was yesterday. But if you do know any places, then oh really? I've never even heard of it. People will pay $2 to $5 a month for Patreon. Oh, I know what you mean. So I know. So it's like a membership. It's like a membership only. So basically, is that when I get to 3,000 hours? Is that the same thing? So basically, people can each month, like you said, pay $2.99 a month to be part of Dash with Knit, and I just release extra exclusivity videos on there. Tips and tricks like how to hustle, how to pay your mortgage off in 10 years, that kind of thing. How to win on the pokies, or how to lose $100 pretty quick. Yeah, well, I've got 1,200 subs. I just have not got the 3,000 hours to do that. But if that's the same one as the 3,000 hour one where you get memberships, people buy your memberships. But I also heard of somebody, and I could be wrong, you have to be really careful about that, because if you're offering memberships, people, your other followers that don't have your memberships, they leave your channel because they're like, oh, you're not including us. You're only doing the ones that pay. So I guess you have to, obviously, if I still do my normal content and then also saying there's going to be an extra 2 videos a month or an extra live here and there where I give tips and tricks where others that aren't members don't have to join. Another thing is merch, but I mean, who's going to buy merch? But yeah, because we've seen a few YouTubers, and at the end, they just at the end of their videos, they put up thanks to my members, and they do a screen of all them paid members at the end of their videos. So their name goes on there. And I was a member of like basically I've got my own like trampoline rebounder, like just a small for fitness. And I used to follow these two twins, and I used to pay for their membership a month, and it was like $25 or something, where I'd get members only like fitness videos. And yeah, and obviously they would still do their normal content, but so it's probably something similar to that. Am I right? Could be wrong. But yeah, good idea. I'm still doubtful whether anyone's going to pay for a membership though. I should have more belief in myself, right? I should have more oh, okay. Do you know how to do it? I suppose there must be videos on that, how to set it up. So it's not on YouTube, but it's a separate platform that people pay for. So it's not the memberships then. I'll have to do some research on that. Hello, Alex. How are you? Happy Tuesday afternoon here, or wherever you are in the world. It is 6:07 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. We're in the future in Australia. Yeah, true. Every dollar helps, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Excuse me, I'm gonna do that. Although I have so much on, like with my main job, the kids, just YouTube, this other channel. I've just got to really be careful that I don't overkill myself. You know what I mean? Like originally I was doing videos every day on this channel when I first put out, I think for the first 5-6 weeks. And it was a lot of work. And then I was like listening to a lot of experts on YouTube saying, you know, it's all about quality, not quantity. So then I thought, okay, I'll do 3 videos a week. And maybe I'll start doing 2 videos and do 2 lives, or do that. I haven't decided yet. It's so hard to know what to do, because obviously at the moment I'm trying to get enough content out there to get hours viewed so I can, you know, obviously get it across the line. Not long to go. I mean, for the ads, yeah, I've still got quite a while, but never mind. I'm technically a new channel really, because I started from scratch in January with my hours. So even though I've got the subscribers, but I will search that and look into that. Could you do that for the Pokey channel, the slot channel too? I wonder if that's a good way to get extra, like just like, you know, extra content that you don't release on YouTube. But can you put your YouTube stuff on there too? Like no one's going to pay for both. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try and weigh myself once a week. I'm not going to overkill the weighing either, because that will just be annoying too. I think that's when you lose focus. How often do you weigh yourself? Now you've lost 14 kilos, or don't you? But it's good that you've lost 14 kilos. That's the same as my husband. Weight loss is so hard, but keeping it off is the hardest, right? Nothing but hard work, eh? Yeah. It sounds quite windy outside, and I think we're going to get more rain. And we're getting concreting done. I think it's next Monday, Tuesday, because we had grass put down and the dogs have destroyed it, and it's like a mud pit when it rains. So now we've had to opt for like a concrete path all around the house where the grass was. Well, a lot of the grass. And that's like, honestly, I think if you go into business, you should be like a concrete company. They're charging nearly 16,000 for a bit of concrete. I can't believe it. So we're having that done next week, but that will make a big difference with all the rain we've had lately. It's just, you know, so much for me being a hustler and paying off my mortgage off in 10 years. Not with concrete around, not with buying concrete, cement. Just honestly, it's gonna, and like we took our dog to the vet on Saturday, and he might have to have a surgery to get a lump removed. He's like 9 this year, and that's like $2,500. Well, I'm hoping my pet insurance pays for that, but they're doing the research on his medical history to make sure that it isn't a pre-existing thing first. Ugh, just one thing after another. Come on, I'm supposed to be paying my mortgage off. Everyone's gone really quiet. We had loads of chat, and now it's gone really quiet. Talk to me. But yeah, I'll probably get going in a bit anyway. And I'll be back on the tubes tomorrow. Wednesday morning, I have a video out on Friday morning. I also will do another live Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Brisbane time. Because I do notice I do get different people on different lives, obviously, because of the time difference. So it kind of makes it a little bit fairer. If anyone can't make one, they can make the other. But if you can hit the thumbs up too, hit the thumbs up. That'll be really helpful. Share the video, I guess, if you want to. But yeah, and watch the vlogs if you want to. Put it on in the background. Oh dear, I'm sure my friends are sick of me asking, can you just play my vlogs? They're like, ugh. My really good friend of mine, I call her my work wife. She does that for me. She's really sweet. She'll have my vlogs on the back of her TV. But I'm not sure if you can play your own videos though. I'm pretty sure like YouTube can like not count those hours if you play your own videos. Does anyone know that? And I also heard if you have it on silent, then that doesn't count either. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you for all your support. Do appreciate it. My cat's come to say hello now as well, Simba. Simba always likes to come and say hello when I'm doing live. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone joining me tonight. And shout out to everyone that is watching the replay. Leave a comment, give the thumbs up and all that good stuff. So I might sign off now. And yeah, thanks for spending the last hour and 15 minutes with me. I do appreciate it. And I'll look into all those other like extra options. I just got to be careful I don't over commit, because I know like it's hard enough getting 3 videos out, editing it, and then I've got the other channel. So yeah, it's kind of a juggling act at the moment with a full-time job and kids. But yeah, I will definitely look at that. But guys, thank you. I'll sign off now. I do appreciate everyone that's joined today and whoever's watching the replay. Until next Tuesday at the same time or Saturday morning, then come and say hello then. But yeah, thanks for your support tonight, guys. Take care. Bye.